Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Saad Sangat Ji, welcome back to the next episode of the Charitropakhyan Series. Today we'll be covering the 28th Charitr. Chopai Anat Katha Mantri Ik Kahi. Now the mantris, the advisor, is going to tell Raja Charitra Singh a new katha. Sun Sabha Sabha Mon Hoye Rahi. And the whole Sabha, that divan, that the court of Raja Charitra Singh, after hearing this Charitr, they all became mute, And this is a angle of the poetry that we've been seeing so far, is that sometimes Guruji kind of gives a summary of what happens at the end of the Charitr, or what is the reaction of either the Raja, or in this case, the court itself. So from here it's seen as that there's more people listening to the mantris talking about the Charitras, about each story, and in this case, after hearing this story, they all became mute, as in they all had nothing to say. It was profounding. Okay. Ek ahir nadi tat rahi. So there was a ahir means is a jat of a Gujar. Gujar jiri jat hundi hai. So is a caste called Gujar. It's also known to be, it can also be used for Gujarati people as well. But I believe in this sense it could either be the caste or Gujarati person. So there was a Gujar who lived near a river, Atta Sundara Tehetriya Jagkahi, and his wife, his wife, the woman that he was living with, she was very beautiful, and the whole world accepted that. Roop ka roop ahir ke sundarta ki nar. So the guy himself, he was very ugly, but his wife was very beautiful. Voh tarani ikrav ko atki roop nihar. So he was very old, maybe that's why he was ugly, but his wife was very beautiful, and she was very young. And one day she fell over a king. She fell in love with a king. She saw a king one day, and she fell for him. Jo pe dukhta ahir nar ko rakha. So, but leading up to this situation where this his woman fell over for this king, leading up to the situation, there was a few things that led up to that moment, right, for her to choose that decision, right, of leaving her relationship for someone else. And one of the main reasons for that was because this Gujar, he would keep his wife dukhi. He wasn't able to make her happy. He always kept her in sadness, a state of sadness. She was not happy in the relationship. Okay. Kat bachan ran din pakha. The reason being is that whenever he would speak to her, he would speak very rudely. He would scold her. He would not be very sweet to her. He would not be very nice to her. He would often speak to her very rudely. He would probably put her down, curse her. Some what we'll call domestic violence today, right? Domestic violence can come in many forms, right? And one of those forms is verbal abuse, right? So he was verbally abusing his wife. Gorasa bechan jana dei cheen bech gehnen ko lei. So he would not even give her the freedom. So what the occupation of a Gujar was that they would sell milk, right? So they will probably have cows, their own cows. They'll milk the cows and they'll sell the milk. But he will never let her go out and sell the milk, right? So she would not have her independence from him, right? She would not have her ability to be financially independent either. And in this way, he kind of had her in his hands, right? He was, verbally abusing her, and on top of that, she did not have her freedom. Age Alittle Sur Chata Tehe Naam Taran Ko Janiye. So the name of the wife here is given here. Her name was Sur Chata. This name I covered in blue here. Sur Chata was the woman's name. Chatir Nripape Adik Hitamaniye. And the Raja, the king that she fell for, his name was Chatir. Okay. Chandrapaga Sarta Tatpas Charavai. And the river they lived near was the river of Chandrapaga. So that was the river's name. And that's where they would graze their cows. Yeah. Hon jahi rav navan hit tin prat avai. And how does she meet this king? Well, the same river they go next to graze their cows, that same river the Raja will come to do his ishanan, to take a shower in. Yeah. Jo pai Goris dohan triya teh liava. So one day Goris dahan triya teh liava. One day his her husband, so Sur Chata's husband, the Gujar, he brought his wife with him to milk the cows near this river. Samay paye Raja teh java. And in due time the king Shatarket, he also came to take a shower there. Dohat cheer katya dukh dei, triya kah pakh tahe geh lei. So he to get the milk, dohat means chon lag gayi, cheer means dud. So dohat means chon lag gayi means when they were milking the cow. Katya means the baby, so the calf, right? So the baby cow, right? Calf, the calf. When they were milking the calf, she made an excuse while she was milking the cow that the cow is bothering me, or the cattle is kicking me, or it's giving me pain. So by saying that, she stepped away and let the Gujar, her husband, milk the cow instead, right? Dohra jab woh chovat pas ko karah nicha sees. So when her husband, whose name was not given, when her husband comes to milk the cow, he lowers his head, underneath the cattle's area to milk. Turat antriya ko paja boh purkhan ko ease. In that moment, his wife will step away, and the king who was there near the river as well, they'll meet and unite. Yeah. Pant Raja paja ta kah mod badai. Mod means anand. They'll get so much happiness meeting each other, and in so many different ways they make love with each other. Chimat sundar rama lapat triya jai. Chimat means chipakana, like they're just so absorbed on each other, so absorbed with each other, so attached with each other. Lapat triya jai. They're hugging, they're embracing each other, because she's not receiving the love and care that she wanted from her husband, so she's looking elsewhere, and she's found it in this male. Yeah. Chot lage mehki kampa dugd parat chit aaye, sang ahirani borat ko badai. So what happened was when all this is happening, on the other side, her husband, he's just milking the cow, right? As he's milking the cow, the milk started to spill on the floor. Chot lage mehki kampa dugd parat chit aaye. Yeah. So thalle han, theek hai. So all the so onu chot lagi, maybe the Gujar that was milking the cow, maybe he got hurt by the calf, and when that happened, milk started to spill on the floor onto the ground, right? And when that happened, sang ahirani bolt ko padai. The Gujar, he got mad. Kop means mad, getting mad. And in rage, he yelled at his wife, right? What did he say? Alittle, sunoho ahiran ban kahan tum karat ho. He said, where are you? I need your help here. I'm trying to milk the cow, and because no one's there to hold the cattle, the milk is going everywhere. It's spilling all over the floor. Yeah, where are you? Poom giravat dud na mote dart ho. The milk is spilling the floor. Are you not scared of me? So he's reassuring that he still has his control over his wife, right? He's reassuring that he can still be verbally abusive to his wife. He's reassuring these things by asking her, are you not scared of me? right? So he's trying to put his authority on her, right? To trying to keep that authority on her, but it's unfortunately too late for him. Kehyo triya piya saath baat sun lijiye. On the she responds, and she's probably over the hill somewhere where he can't see her, but they can hear each other. She says, "Oh my husband, hon katti dukhavat yahe piya na pa dijiye." She said, "Oh my husband, this cattle is very annoying to me. It's not letting me milk him properly, and it's giving me pains. So it's okay if his milk falls on the floor. Let him drink his own milk." Right? Dohra rava hiran doe toran po karehe sukh paaye. Lapat lapat raja ramay chimat chimat riya jai. So in the Dohira, Guru Sahib says that both the istri, the woman, the wife of this Gujar, and the Raja, Shatarkhet, they're both making love with each other. They're embracing each other, and they're holding each other, and they're in a state of happiness. Dorth mehki na rahe bolyo bachan ahir. Kahan karat ho gwarani britha gavat cheer. And on the other side, her husband, he's getting furious. He said that all the milk is falling all over the floor. Where are you? What are you doing? Right? Ho ahir main kyo karo katya meh dukh deet yo kahe chugana dijiye dugd jiyan ke het. And she responds by saying, "Don't worry, the milk is meant for the cattle, right? The cow's milk is meant for his own, right? So if it falls on the floor, it's fine. Let them drink it. I'm not coming over." Why? Because the cattle gives me too much pain. Adikaman so kargayo rav ahiran sang. So after they embraced each other, after they had their fill, you can say, the Raja, he went back to his house. Yo kahe mantri nipat prat puran kiyo prasang. In this way, the mantris, the advisors, completed the story. Ped ahirna kachu leheo aneo apne grehe ra. So the Gujar, after this was done, she returned back to him, his wife, and returned back to her husband, and they both went back home. And the Gujar had no idea what happened. Yeah, he had no idea that behind his back, his wife essentially cheated on him. Ram panay tinatriya pe adik badayo nihi. Ram panay tinatriya pe adik badayo nihi. Ram, again, is a Tukhalas Naam. Tukhalas Naam means that every poet, they have their own poet's name. Yeah. So Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj's poet name was Ram and Shyam, that they use within their Gurbani. So here we can see them using their Tukhalas Naam of Ram. They say Ram Panay means to speak. Tinatriya pe adik badaye nehi. So the wife, the Gujar, he still has more and more love for his wife. Or tinatriya pe adik badaye nehi. Or they can actually, that wouldn't make sense. I think it makes better sense that the istri, the wife of the Gujar, her love increased more and more for the Raja, as the days go on. And this way, the Charitra ends here. And again, considering the fact that we started off by saying the whole Sabha became quiet, right? And it's you gotta remember the beginning story of Rajputana Singh, who is trying to essentially execute his own son, Hanwant Singh, on the accusation that the princess had put on him, right, on his son. And in this way, the mantris have dropped the mic. They dropped such a story to show that, look, all this happened behind the back of the Gujar, and he had no idea. Right? Imagine what happens behind your back and you have no idea. How do you know you can trust this princess? How do you know that what she's saying is the truth? So in this way, this Charitra ends, and so forth. So it concludes our episode here as well. Sadhu Sangha Ji, I thank you for joining me today, and I ask for your forgiveness for any mistakes that we have done, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bol chuka khima bakshni ji. Aao fateh bulaiye. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.